In the last video, I showed you how to unlock the special entrance to old school scholar mounts, which is a requirement if you're after getting back into old Nax to craft the tier 3 or to farm the return transmog items. So if you haven't done that, check out that video. The next step towards unlocking Nax requires a little bit more running around. So first up, I want to make sure that you've got 1 righteous orb and 4 true silver bars in your bags as you're going to need them. Once you've unlocked old school scholar mans, get your righteous orb, get your bars, and zone in. Run all the way to Rattlegaw's room in the basement of the dungeon. Now once you enter Rattlegaw's room, on the first bone pile to the left as you walk in, there will be a teeny tiny item at the top of the bone pile that you can interact with and loot. This will give you a cracked Argent Dawn commission that you can repair with a righteous orb and 4 true silver bars. So do that and then you'll get an Argent Dawn commission trinket. Put the trinket on and then run to the end of the dungeon. Now the dungeon pathway follows a pretty similar route to the mop version if you are used to that. If you are not, run around for a long time until you find the last boss's room. Now to spawn the last boss, you need to clear the top 3 rooms and the bottom 3 rooms, and then Dark Master Gandling will spawn. Kill him with the trinket equipped and he'll drop Dark Master's Scourge Stone, which will start a quest which you hand into Duke Nicholas Zevenhoff at Light's Hope Chapel. Now once you've done this, head to Living Strath at the top of Eastern Plaguelands. You're going to kill mobs in here until you find an Eye of Naxxramas, which will drop a Ward of Naxxramas, which is a green item. Do not use this though when you pick it up. Once you have a ward, loot one of the glowing supply crates in the instance, which will give you Strathholm Holy Water. Now once you have a ward and a Strathholm Holy Water, it's time for the tricky part to this. Now if you've accidentally gone to the undead side during your visit in here, which is the far right side, zone out of the dungeon, reset it and zone back in. If not, continue to Crusader Square. Once you get into the square, head over to the left to the portcullis and you're going to wait here for a moment. Now, you're going to click your Ward of Naxxramas, which is going to spawn a glowy floating thing like a summon. Once that appears, throw your Strathholm Holy Water on it by clicking and then throwing it onto the portal. This will give you a 5-minute debuff called Sleight of Hand. You now have 5 minutes to run all the way from the living side to the undead Strath side, clear the instance, and then get back to the gate to the left of the last necropolis where Rivendell is located. It's important to remember that after each boss, you have to clear the ziggurats behind them, and I'm going to give you a commentary run through here just in case you're not familiar with the instance or you're a little bit unsure of what to do. If you do fail this, you can simply go out and reset the instance, come back into the living side, refarm a Ward of Naxxramas, get a holy water out of the supply crates, and then you can simply go again. One thing to note, as low mobility classes, speed sets or any movement talents are pretty vital here. As a DK, I went with the 2 charges of Death's Advance and I took Wraith Walk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video here and we'll walk you through it. Okay, so I'm at my point in Crusader Square. I'm over near the portcullis. I'm going to click my Ward of Naxxramas here, which destroys it. There's the little summony portal thing that comes up. I'm going to throw my Strathholm Holy Water on it. And now I'm on a quest from the living side. I've got 5 minutes with that debuff up the top, Sleight of Hand, and I am legging it all the way across this point through to Festival Lane, which is going to take me into the undead side. So any speed, movement abilities that you have to be able to get you through here, speed sets and things like that, are huge. The mobs aren't going to do anything. They're all like level 30 elite, so there's no real issues around getting dazed or slowed down or anything like that. No debuffs are going to affect you or anything like that. You just want to try and get through here as quick as you can, which I can understand will be quite daunting if you have never been in here before. I tried to grappling hook to some mobs to try and speed me along, but obviously they die on impact and you don't get pulled anywhere. So that was a bit of a bummer. So I'm approaching the Festival Lane part here. You can see that path that I've followed on the map, which is going to take me into the undead side of Strath right now. So coming through here, this is the undead side. Now this mob that's running for the gate here, Barthless here, killing him, Magistrate Barthless, actually takes one of the mobs out. You can see the X on the map there. That mob is now dead because it is important that you have to clear out the entirety of the undead side. Now what I'm going to do in here, I'm going to come around the corner, I'm going to go left first and kill the spider, and then I'm going to come back along. The reason I do that is because if you go through from the spider into the next area, there's actually a gate that'll come down on both sides. It'll lock you in. The mobs aren't going to do anything, but you're going to be trapped there for about 10 to 15 seconds, which is really going to hurt you in this as a low mobility class. So killing the spider there, Nubarak, I am going to come into the ziggurat, which is really important after every boss, kill them, and then I'm going to come back out. Now, normally you would go left, but that's where you'll get trapped in that gate. So I'm coming out and I'm going right, and I'm going to run all the way up here. Now, again, there's going to be 2 more ziggurats to clear. You can see them on the map behind the next 2 bosses, and then you're pretty much free. But there is a bit of a pattern that goes on towards the end, and I'll make sure I show you that so you're not missing out. So coming up to the second boss here, Anastari, we're going to kill her. We're going to move into this ziggurat here and just clear out the 5 mobs that are in the back here, the acolytes. So getting them down, and again, just as soon as I have movement speed available to use, I'm pretty much just churning through it and trying to burn my way through this instance. It is actually pretty tight on a DK, to be honest, and I don't have any speed sets or anything like that, and not that I really went and looked through my bank, but I've never really sort of gotten into that side of transmog farming with speed sets. If you've got anything like that, it is going to be a huge benefit for you. Even maybe the gust potions would be worth it as well. So coming up here to the third boss, Pallid here, so we're going to kill him. We're going to move into the last ziggurat we need to clear out here. So we're going to get these acolytes here, and then we're going to move into the next area. Now, Magistrate Barthelus we killed on the way when he was going to open the door, so he's already got the crosses defeated on him, so we don't have to worry about going up that alleyway to get to him. So now we're just going into Slaughter Square. Now, in Slaughter Square, there is a whole bunch of abominations that you need to kill, and there's a bit of an order that you need to do things in. You're going to kill the abominations in the square. Once the abominations have all been dead, that was a wrong button. Fantastic A-bomb limbing the fresh air. Once all these belchers and A-bomb limbs have been killed, the gate to the last Acropolis will open up and Ramstein will come out. Rivendell is in that building as well. However, once you kill Ramstein, you need to come back over to the gate that's over to the left of where I am now, as a bunch of ghouls will come out. You need to run over to the gate where I'm going to go right now and kill all of these ghouls coming out. Because if you don't, the door to Rivendell won't open, the ghouls won't come marching out of that, and you'll just be stuck there while the timer ticks down. Don't ask me how I know that. So, killing all of these undead here, no worries. Now I'm going to run back off to the last necropolis here, where there's going to be some skeleton sentries that are going to come out. Here they come now, because I killed all the ghouls. They're dead. Now I'm going to run in and kill Rivendell. Do not loot anything either, by the way. You can see how tight this is. I kill Rivendell. I've got 33 seconds left. Now I'm going to come out of the necropolis here, and I'm going to turn right here, and I'm running all the way over to this gate here. Then I'm going to go round the corner, and then an extra action bar is going to pop up, and I'm going to press it on the hand of Naxxramas here, and I'm going to turn it to dust, and there it is. Boom, completed. So that is how you do it. And a cool little story through this is there used to be a lot of thoughts around Blizzard wanted you to enter Naxxramas via going in to Strath, and this was one of the ways to do it. And there's also a video on my channel as well of like secrets where I actually go beyond this portalist and go into all the old sort of worlds and zones that you used to be able to discover on the map with some mount glitches and things like that. That was really cool. But that's a little bit of history around it. I thought it was a really cool inclusion to do it like this. So once you've done that and you've succeeded, you can head over to Tier's Hand and you'll find Archmage Angela DeSantos. She's out the front at about 72-74, and she'll give you a quest to unlock the special version of Naxxramas, which has certain requirements to it. So pending your rep level with the Argent Dawn, you'll need different amounts of things from Honored, Revered to Exalted. Now, for the sake of this video, I did it on my DK that has no rep. So if you're in the same boat and you need rep, the caravan quests, Fiona's caravan quests are the best way to do this. You'll have to do about 10 to 12 quests first where you'll actually get no rep, but rest assured you're doing the right thing. You'll eventually get up to a quest which is something to do with a crypt. It's at the back of Light's Hope Chapel. When you get to this quest, you'll get 20,000 rep with the Argent Dawn for completing it. It'll take you straight to Revered, I think, which means you only need a couple of large brilliant shards and some arcane crystals, and 60 gold, which will get you into Naxxramas. It's something like that. And that is pretty much it. And then you'll get the entrance. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. See you, fam.